Using spiritual and/or philosophical sources, can you cite a couple passages on life and leadership that have helped define your core personality and approach to politics?
Jesus wept. And I'm a Catholic, and I believe in, I don't believe in abortion. I believe in life. And I believe that we've got to turn back to our principles of our churches if we're to survive. The reason the churches, some of the churches are having a hard time is people are out of work. People are out of work and they don't have the money to support their churches like they once did. If we bring our factories and our jobs back, everything would straighten out in this nation. But the most important thing, we got to start restoring our electronics. Electronics is in everything in the world. It's in all households you see here. It's in all corporations, all the businesses, all the governments, it's all the military, all your aircraft carriers, your planes, your trains, your planes. It's in all military equipment. And we should have never sent our electronics to a socially enslaved nation. What if we have to go to war?
What do you view as an appropriate and healthy ratio of federal to state dollars in Missouri's annual budget?
Well, I think that right now we need every bit of help we can get, because all states are in terrible trouble, okay? And I think that as much money as we can get, we better take.
If the vote were taken today, would you vote for the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act?
You would have to define that a little more to me.
The stimulus package?
No.
Would you vote to end farm subsidy programs?
No.
To what extent, and pardon this convoluted question, to what extent do you believe that in an enlightened democratic society, the citizenry should be bound by any type of financial and social commitment to support the greater good of all Americans?
I don't believe that there should be these mandatory programs on the people of the state of Missouri or the United States, because it is not the way our Constitution was set up. Our Constitution was set up for free enterprise. It is the inalienable individual right. It's also the inalienable individual right to own and bear arms, granted by Providence. Not any government or anybody else, granted by Providence. Providence is God.
Okay. How would you assess today's political culture in D.C., and how can you be a productive representative of Missouri within this framework?
Well, the first place, I'm not too enamored with the way Washington, D.C. runs right now, because they stand up and tell you one thing and do another. Both parties are the same thing. There's no difference in either party, just a little difference in philosophy, okay? The Democrats were in office, the Republicans were in office for 8 years. They did not close their borders. They did not take care of the situation they had to. They're the ones that started sending our jobs overseas, and the Republicans are following right along with it right now. So it's not a good atmosphere in Washington. What I would do is I would bring integrity, credibility, and honesty to Washington, D.C., and I would not adhere to the babble by the Potomac.
You mean the Democrats are following right along right now, right? The Republicans
Absolutely.
started and the Democrats
right along,
following.
they're both the same thing, and if you vote for the same two parties, you're going to get the same thing you got right now and worse. So I suggest when you go to the polls on November 2nd, you vote the Constitution Party candidates, vote for Jerry Beck, and we'll start turning this thing around in 1 year.
Mr. Beck, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.